Hey guys, Jake the Sports here, and today we are doing the post-game to the August 29th games, Week 1 Thursday games. It was a very interesting day for a few games. A few of them were good, and a lot of them were not very entertaining. A lot of them were blowouts. But yeah, I stayed up very late. At the time I'm recording this, it's 1:40 in the afternoon. I woke up at like 9:30. Got some breakfast, just chilled for a little bit. But now, I'm doing the post game, and then after this video, I'm gonna hopefully be doing the preview for the Friday games, and hopefully you guys enjoy these. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. But yeah, let's get right into it. So, post game. If you want to talk about most entertaining games, probably that Cincinnati UCLA game. I think that BYU-Utah game was very interesting in the beginning, but Utah pulled away towards the end, and I was right about that game. I picked Utah to win by a good amount, and I said that they came into that game trying to prove something, and I think they did I think they kind of did. I mean, they shut BYU out for 2 quarters. They played very good, and 30 points, I mean, it may not be a lot for college football, or it's about average for college football, but for NFL, that's pretty good, and that's a decent amount of points. Their QB looked great. I mean, what else can I say? I mean, Utah just came out there and pretty much dominated, really. I mean, they had a great game. UCF, I don't think I picked the spread for that game. Maybe I did, but it was something like 48 now that I look back on it, and they absolutely destroyed Florida A&M 62-0, and my Brandon Wimbush from the Notre Dame Fighting Irish played pretty well. He was 12 for 23 passing, 2 touchdowns, 168 yards. I mean, it's Florida A&M, but 62 points, that's a lot of points, and that's pretty impressive. And then I think if you look back at my Georgia Tech Clemson video, a lot of people were scratching their heads why I'd have a Power 5 matchup and choose the team that's to win by more than 36 points, or it was somewhere around there, 35-36. That's what they did, and Clemson got the win, 52-14 over Georgia Tech. It was ugly for GT. I expected it to be their first game without the triple option, since they moved into the triple option, but just not a pretty game for Georgia Tech. I think we all expected it. Trevor Lawrence was amazing as usual. ETN played really well too. I mean, you look at him, 12 carries, 205 yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns. I mean, that's impressive. Very impressive. So, I mean, all the ranked teams won this Thursday, and then Texas A&M crushed Texas State. That game was actually pretty close in the beginning, I guess, kind of. Not really. I mean, yeah, not really. I mean, it was getting close to the end of the first, and they were only up 7-0, which was surprising for me. Texas State only ended up scoring 7 anyways, so it wasn't close. But Utah won, and then Cincinnati, I think that was the big story of the night. Cincinnati played pretty well, I'd say. UCLA, really, they were down 10 with 4 minutes to go, and no one thought that game was over. They had a big turnover, but then they had the fumble, and then that ended the game. But UCLA fought and scratched, and Chip Kelly couldn't get it done in the end. You look at the stats. Desmond Ryder, 18 for 26, 242 yards, 2 touchdowns. Pretty solid. I mean, that's pretty good, especially against a Power 5 team like UCLA. They may not have been good last year, but I think Chip Kelly can eventually turn this team around. I hope, maybe. And Michael Warren II 26 carries, 92 yards, 1 touchdown. I wouldn't say he was the biggest. I think he definitely helped his team win, but Desmond Ridder, again, great performance by him. And Warren, I think he played well. Not to the level of Desmond Ridder, though, but he definitely had a big impact on this game. And UCLA, I mean, this would have been a huge win for them. They couldn't get it done. And Cincinnati proves their point in Week 1 in a big game against UCLA. And now they got the big Ohio State game. I'm totally watching that one. And if they can upset Ohio State somehow, that would be amazing. That'd be awesome to watch. And then we got some interesting games, kind of. UConn barely scratched out a win over Wagner. I didn't really go over these games. I said they'd all be blowouts. I got a few wrong, especially this Wagner-UConn game. Very close. UConn managed to win one. And Wagner, I mean, the score, I don't know if the score exactly indicated it. The third quarter, they both scored 2 touchdowns, but the last quarter, Wagner kept UConn scoreless, and they did score a late touchdown. That might have bumped up the score for them, but they couldn't get it done. And I think Western Kentucky, they lost to Central Arkansas, an FCS team. That's embarrassing for Western Kentucky. Yeah, your season's pretty much over there. 0-1, you're absolutely done. I don't know what hopes you had, but that's disappointing for you guys. Charlotte crushed Gardner-Webb. Let's see. Oh, Tulane. Tulane absolutely demolished Florida International. I thought Florida International had a chance to win this game. I was wrong. Very, very wrong. Which stinks. I really wanted Florida International to win. I don't know why. I don't really like Tulane that much. But they definitely proved their point against a team on their level. And UAB scratched one out against Alabama State. I thought UAB would really put this game down. But you look at, Alabama State kept them scoreless in the second half. I think if UAB got some points on the board there, they really could have put this game away. But now people are looking at UAB like they're not going to be very good this year. And I thought they were. I thought they were a top-tier group of 5 team, but clearly not after this game. And that, I think they really got to prove themselves in the upcoming weeks. And Central Michigan won as usual. And I was watching this game. I was very surprised. I really did think South Dakota State was going to win this game. I thought they were going to beat Minnesota. They were up 21-20 at one point, and Minnesota had a touchdown with 8 minutes left in the game, and South Dakota State never really came up clutch after that. They really could have won this game though. If they scored a late touchdown, that could have been it for Minnesota, or they could have taken it to overtime. Minnesota got the 2-point conversion, and Minnesota, a lot of people have them. Some people have them winning the West, a dark horse. I don't know about after this game. You can't beat an FCS team by 1 touchdown and expect to win a Power 5 division. I'm being serious here. And Minnesota just not at home against an FCS team. I don't care if they're number 5 in FCS, I believe, is what they said. I don't care. You're not supposed to beat them by only 7. That's unacceptable. And then, let's see, Northern Colorado, they played San Jose State. San Jose State won by a few scores. I expected this game to be a little closer, but I'd say it was pretty close. If they scored one more touchdown, it'd be around there. So not too bad of a prediction there. Definitely closer than some of the other games. But then I was very happy about this prediction. Arizona State, Kent State. I said that I went with Kent State on this one, not to win it, because they didn't win, of course. But I did not take Arizona in those 24 points. I said I have a feeling Arizona is going to win by 23, and that's exactly what happened. So for people who chose Arizona minus 24, I'm sorry, but I had Kent State plus 24 in this one, and I got it right. So I was very happy about that one. Yeah, I mean that's really it. I think Texas A&M made a statement. I think Clemson definitely made a statement that they're back. Utah, I think that's the biggest statement of the night. Them in Cincinnati, I mean, huge. I mean, really all these ranked teams, including Cincinnati, made a point tonight, or last night, I should say. But Clemson absolutely demolished Georgia Tech. Texas A&M absolutely demolished Texas State. Utah, they handled BYU, winning by 18. They handled them. I did not expect BYU to really come up in this game. I mean, they were down 9-6 entering. They were down 9-6 at half, but then you look at Utah scored 21. They outscored them 21-6 in the remaining quarters. So BYU really, I think they had a talking to in the second half or in the halftime, and they really listened and they really came up clutch, winning this game. And I think Utah, I think people think they're going to be a dark horse for the college football playoff, and if they can get over that Pac-12 hump, I can totally see it. And that's how it starts, with a great win over BYU, with them definitely proving their point. I think Wimbush looks absolutely great for UCF as they demolish Florida A&M. I think that's a pretty good statement for UCF, saying that we're not done. We're not going down. We're not going down the drain. We are still a top-tier Group of 5 team. And Cincinnati, I mean, they want to be the next UCF, I'm sure. And it starts by a win over UCLA, a great one at that. I mean, any Power 5 team, I don't care who it is, great. It's a great win for a Group of 5 team. And Cincinnati had an absolute great one. And like I said, that big game against Ohio State, if they can win that and they win the rest of their games, they will be in the conversation and in the top 10 for the college football playoff. And if they do beat Ohio State, go undefeated, win the American Athletic, depending on the circumstances, I would put Cincinnati in the playoff. But they can't slip up, and they haven't slipped up yet. 1-0 Cincinnati wins by 10 over UCLA. And I think it was a closer game than the score tells. This game really looked like a three-point game. I chose Cincinnati in the spread, in the line, and I got it right. So yeah, I mean, that's really it, guys. Really, this week was just about making statements. I think all the teams that we expected to win really did that. Western Kentucky, I think, that was absolutely awful by them. You look in the fourth quarter, too. They got outscored 21-0. 21-0. 3 touchdowns by Central Arkansas in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter. How do you do that? Oh my gosh. And they were up 28-14 going into that fourth quarter. They blew it. Western Kentucky's done. And their season's pretty much over after 1 week. But like I said, all these games were really about making statements, and I think all the ranked teams and the teams you expect to win did that. No upsets really, besides Central Arkansas over Western Kentucky. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later on Jake the Sports. I'm gonna do the previews, all that stuff, previews and predictions of the games for tonight. And then I'm probably gonna have to do the Saturday games tonight as well, because they start at 12 tomorrow, and I don't know, because I'm usually a sleeper inner, and I'm probably gonna stay up late for some games tonight, so I'll have to get the video done tonight. But yeah, that's all for me on Jake the Sports. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.